We've seen in Mars Pet Care where they took in a dog that had got lost into Trump and Clinton camps. We've seen Heineken having a similar conversation where they bring people with opposing views. Is this the sort of thing that marketing is going to be all about in the future?
I would think so, because consumers are now expecting brands to take a stance and do something about it. So if you're a brand that's sensitive to people, you would tap into that particular trend. It's much more than a trend, and I think it'll stay here for a while. And if you as a brand don't show yourself as doing something good, consumers are not likely to accept you for a long time. And this is more so amongst the millennials. Millennials want social good to be on the agenda of every single big brand. Otherwise, they are willing to shift their brand in a heartbeat. While it is more pronounced in the millennials, that's also true for the rest of the audiences. So I think more and more brands will start doing this kind of social good embedded inside of their campaigns. And MasterCard, we have been ahead of the curve when we launched Priceless Causes. This is almost 4 years back. And we have done it with the World Food Program. And we are at this point in time feeding about 300,000 children for one full school year in Africa, as one example. Or we have been funding Stand Up to Cancer through promotions. So these are not philanthropic activities, but this is social good embedded into your core business. For example, as a company, we have MasterCard Foundation, which is a completely different entity. We have nothing to do with them. They run at arm's length, totally independently, and they're doing very, very good work in Africa and other places. So what we are trying to say is it's not just sufficient for us to create a philanthropic organization or a foundation and leave it at that. There is a great opportunity for brands now to bring in that social good and blend it into your core programming. And that's what we are trying to do very successfully, I would say, so far.
So what's 2018 going to be like for MasterCard?
I think it's going to be very inspiring, hopefully. It's going to be very gratifying because of all the good that you're doing. One of the key benefits is of these kind of programs is not just seeing the business results and the brand grow stronger, but also the employees feeling a pride. And for me, that's a big, big part of the whole campaign that we are doing right now. So you see that the employees are very happy, the consumers are very happy, the partners are very happy, the brand is doing well. So hopefully it will be more of this in 2018. And we are planning to extend this campaign, Start Something Priceless, across all our main sponsorship events around the world. And we have got quite a number of those. And that's one thing which we are very excited. I'm also excited about our talent. So we infused a lot of senior talent over the last 1 year into the company within marketing and communications area. And I'm very excited of what they are now going to bring to the table. We are trying to decentralize our marketing decision making closer to the places where the customers and the consumers are, so they don't have to keep coming back to head office for all the decision making. We give the strategic guidelines, you would say guide rails. The strategy is agreed upon, and the countries and the regions, they go and execute things on their own. And that also frees up a lot of time. Hopefully I'll have to travel a lot lesser. And also it's going to be enabling me to focus on other things that truly we have to bring to the table, like for example, marketing automation, bringing in artificial intelligence, bringing in the latest and the best in the area of data analytics, getting the latest technologies into marketing. We have already done, for example, for the first time, 3 different technologies overlaid and brought together, which is virtual reality, augmented reality, and e-commerce. That we have done 2 years back, and this year we have gone for commercialization. So we want to see what else is out there. And those are the areas beyond the horizon that I'll be very keen on to bring them into the company and launch them.
Isn't there a danger that this is just Emperor's new clothes, it's technology, it's new and it's shiny?
You know, that is such a rightly placed caution. It's very easy to get carried away with these new shiny pennies. And something is coming, so I also have to do something in that space, and the fear of missing out, so you want to try everything. And in the process, it becomes a huge distraction and a hobby. We don't want to fall in that trap at all. So what we try to do is, firstly, understand clearly, as best as we can, of all the new technologies that are coming, number one. We spend quality time on that. Like for example, this year when I went to CES, I spent literally half of my time there walking the floors to understand and see what kind of new technologies are coming out. Number two, we try to see whether this technology has scalability and an application in our context. It doesn't only have to be in the payment context, it can be in a whole range of other those 9 passion points that I spoke about. And then we actually try to see, make concepts, saying that if this has to be collapsed with something else happening in this space, what would that look like? And is it a silly idea or does it have a promise? And then we go through a various stage gate process stages throughout and figure out, is it something which is worthwhile? So before we get into our first pilot, even we would have done a lot of due diligence. So for every 100 concepts that I actually see, probably if you can come up with 2, that's a big deal. And your point is very right. Money is not unlimited. Time is not unlimited. The resources that we have, it's not unlimited either. So we have to be very prudent on where you want to put your bets. And you don't want to miss the trends either in the process. So that's a journey that we are on. And with this devolution of power of decision making more to the regions and to the countries, hopefully that will afford me a lot more time to focus on those futuristic areas as well. And while also constantly take a step back, look at our strategy and say, if this is the kind of change that's happening in the environment, what is it that we could do? For example, when I was talking about this Start Something Priceless, as of last year, the new campaign that we had as of then, now 3 years at the time old, was doing brilliantly for us. Absolutely, it was on the ascent. So the question is, then why do you want to tinker something which isn't broken? And what we said is, look, culturally, there are certain things happening. It's very palpable around the world. These biases are coming more and more, whether it is gender balance, whether it is racial differentiation or discrimination, whatever it is. So we said, let's start actually tapping into those and take our responsibility as a brand. It was a bet. And again, but we went very thoughtfully, trying it out internally first, then do a few pilots in relatively safe territory, so to speak, and then start coming out of the closet and do it at a scale and in different geographies.
Busy year ahead.
Busy year ahead indeed. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm James Wright. Thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. To check out more online videos, just click on the boxes and don't forget to subscribe to the CNBC Live channel at the bottom of the screen.